Welcome to another exciting episode of Home Sweet Home. My name is Rod McCall.
And I'm Bryce Runge.
How are you today?
Good, man. How are you doing?
Oh, kind of stressed. School's kind of wrapping up, so I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, that's the end of the year, man. Almost.
It is. Trying to get the nonprofit going, so that's kind of stressful, trying to figure out how to get a new business off the ground and advertise, because that's not my background.
Oh, yeah.
So
marketing?
Marketing, it's not my forte, but in all of this, it's very interesting that, we life gets busy.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you, especially when I first started teaching, back when I was married the first time, I was working all the time. She was working all the time, and it was kind of a passing, you meet at night to cook dinner, and, there wasn't a really good balance. And so it led to chaos. It led to a decline in the relationship. And, and I've had that with other people, not just with marriage, but, how much time am I spending on relaxation, going on vacation? And when I say go on vacation, I'm talking go on vacation.
I don't know what that's like.
You got little kids, and that's kind of tough. And so I ran across this article. Okay, it's actually from a blog. It's from the website Course Correction Coaching.
Okay.
And it's from the blog Helping Purpose-Driven Professionals Create Success from the Inside Out.
Okay.
In fact, they even got a little caveat. It says, ditch stress, overthinking, and people-pleasing for good.
Yeah. That's been...
I don't please people, so...
I've gotten better at that, because I finally have realized if my no offends you, then that's something that person needs to work on, not me.
Well, I won't disagree. And on this blog, it's by a lady by the name of Heather Mulder.
Cool.
I wonder if it's any relationship to the Mulder from the X-Files.
I never watched that.
Anyway, so she came up with, or talks about 10 reasons why work-life balance is important, especially now. I mean, the world is very crazy. The world's always crazy, but it seems like things have been put on fast forward.
Seems a little more crazier.
Sure as heck feels like it sometimes.
Yeah.
And so I thought it might be kind of interesting to maybe explore this a little bit.
I think it's always a good time to talk about work-life, the balance. I think it's always a good thing just to help people, because you could get sucked into the chaos and the busyness of the day-to-day mundane stuff, right? And then you are out of whack. You're out of a rhythm, out of alignment, if you will.
My truck sometimes gets out of alignment.
Well, stop hitting curbs.
Well, all right. I'll keep trying to drive in your yard. Then I won't have to.
Yeah, stay off my grass, bud. So I think I'm gonna try and be as present as I possibly can, because I feel like I'm always in need of this.
Okay.
Just because it feels like it's been so hectic lately.
Well, you've got little kids. I think that when that is at home, and I think for young couples or, couples with young children, I think trying to find that work, home life balance is super hard.
Yeah.
I mean, I know when Eric was little, you had two dedicated professionals who were also trying to be dedicated parents, and there's just something's got to give.
Right.
And I'm wondering, and it feels like to me and again, I may be out there in left field, but it feels like to me so many times we pick work instead of family.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I was just thinking that right now. I'm thinking, when you're married, I don't know if this is the right word. Like, I have a job as a husband. I guess maybe that is, I have a responsibility as well as a privilege of being a husband. Maybe I look at that differently now because, like we've been divorced. So I think we appreciate the fact that I get to be married again. It's a privilege. It's also a responsibility of mine to be a husband. That could be a job.
It does require work. I remember my ex-wife saying, well, marriage shouldn't be work. It should be fun and easy. And
It's not.
part of me wanted to go, well, what world are you living in?
Yeah.
Because it requires a lot of effort and energy and sacrifice.
Yeah.
And if you put as much into our marriage as you do your job,
Right.
maybe we wouldn't be the way we are. And so, you're right. I think
Yeah. So yeah, as a husband or as a wife, you have that. And that should be numero uno. Now, a lot of people would disagree with me that the kids would come first, but there's also got to be order. And I think that's where people get it twisted as well. Because then one person, if they put the kids first, is going to feel neglected. And then what happens?
you get
So
it.
anyway, so yeah, you've got you as a spouse, as a marriage, that's first. That's a job. And then as a parent, that's another thing. I have a responsibility. I also have a privilege to be a dad, or Suzanne to be a mom. And so that's another thing. Then you could get into your work stuff, right? But I think a lot of people are getting twisted. I could tell you right now that we've allowed, or me, to work-related things to supersede family things. That the balance is kind of it's become uneven. And I know Brian talked about this when he was on a little bit ago. But anyways, I'm kind of hijacking your.
No. I'm glad because you're expanding on it.
Well, and I say that to say this. It's hard work.
Yes.
It's a lot of work.
Yes.
If you're single and all you do is work, you ain't got no problems.
No.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure you do, right? But you don't. If you're not married, you don't have kids. It's a little bit easier.
Well, but think about this. What if you're a kid? Okay.
Yeah.
What are you trying to do? You're going, oh, well, I'm working. Well, because you're working to have the money to, be independent of dad and mom. But what's your real job? Your real job ought to be graduating high school.
Right.
And so you get caught up in trying to balance your desire to have a job, to have your own money so that you can be independent from mom and dad. But then you've got the family responsibilities. Then you've got your friend responsibilities. And then you got school, which seems to usually get, third or fourth tier as far as importance. Because I see that working with seniors all the time.
Yeah.
And so they too, their work-life balance is out of whack.
And I think that's good that they work, but don't extend or overdo it. We not jokingly, like we tell Braddock's like, man, you need to get a job at Chick-fil-A
He ain't old enough.
when he's older.
Oh, when he's
Like
older.
that should be his first job, working at Chick-fil-A. Every kid should work at Chick-fil-A.
Well, yeah, that way you get a whole supply of Chick-fil-A sauce.
Well, that too. But I think you would learn. There's a lot of places out there that kids could work, that could learn, be equipped with so many things to help them become more successful in the future. Anyways, yeah, I think there's a lot of them that are just cramming in as many hours. And I want to make all kinds of money, and then what starts to slip?
Well, it's it's opportunity cost.
Right.
To you, the opportunity to do this is going to cost you that.
And I shouldn't be one talking because the last thing I wanted to do when I was in high school was get a job.
I wanted the money. And for me, work was kind of an escape from, it was where I had friends.
Yeah.
And so, well, here's what they're talking about. Okay. What they're saying is a work, the question was, what is work-life balance? And these are some of the bullet points that they came up with that is in this article. And it says making a bigger impact at work and in the world, but without sacrificing your personal health or happiness for it. So work, but don't make, would you say, we did one, you said one time, working to live rather than living to work. So I think that might be what they're kind of saying.
Right.
Having a positive impact on your kids' lives.
Okay.
Being present in the moment. Oh, I feel like we've talked about that recently.
I think we have.
Let's see. Prioritizing what is important to you, including self-care, while avoiding guilt, shame, or apology.
That's a hard one.
Well, yeah, because how easy is it to overcommit?
Yeah.
Been there, done that.
Yep.
I think I got a T-shirt for that one too. Having strong boundaries. Okay, boundaries that you can enforce. Letting go or letting go of trying to do it or have it all. That was one thing that in my first marriage, we chased money.
Yeah.
I mean, we chased that money hard because we wanted to have it all. And in the process, we lost sight of what was really important. I know I sure did.
Yeah.
And it was the divorce that brought me back to reality. And not that I'm promoting Dave Ramsey, but Dave Ramsey says, if you live like no other, you can live, like no other. And so I like this kind of their basic definition that when your work-life balance is out of whack, it impacts your decisions, the decisions that you're making, your mindset, and balance requires you to make tough choices. But this balance has to be you. You have to make a concerted effort to provide this balance. So in our quest, they provide 10 work-life balance reasons.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Let's do it.
All right. First,
I'm fully attentive and I'm present.
Yay. As you look at your phone.
I'm on my phone right now. Shut up. Let's go.
All right. So reason number 1, work-life balance means less stress.
Yeah. Keep going.
Would you agree with that?
Keep going. Feed me some more of this one.
Okay. Well, because they're saying workplace stress is estimated to be the 5th biggest cause of death in the U.S.
Wow.
And a quarter of Americans identify their job as their number 1 source of stress.
Wow.
So what do you think about that? Is your job the number 1 source of stress for you?
No, I think it's been just a lot of little things.
Okay.
It's just kind of compounded, and no. I mean, I've loved what I've been doing in the school district. I loved what I've been doing. There have been stressful times, but I mean, I could see it though. I could definitely see it. I think that's why we see so many people, becoming burned out, exhausted. I'm over it. I'm done. Checked out.
Oh, I see that.
I agree with that.
Well, and so what they're saying is that we can a lot of times create this problem because we have a hard time saying no. Sure, boss, I'll do this. Oh, sure, boss, I'll do that. And when you make that choice, well, you're sacrificing something else.
Right.
So that's creating all kinds of stress and anxiety. So the way to kind of counterbalance that, they have 4 suggestions. 1, say no to things that are not priorities. You don't need to bail somebody else out at work. You don't need to take on more work and more projects. To quote the captain of the aircraft carrier in the movie Top Gun, son, you're writing checks your body can't cash. So be careful of that.
Right.
Say no. Delegate. It's okay to delegate. Where you can delegate, do so.
Yeah.
The third thing is to choose to do things that are priorities and let go of non-priorities. Prioritize your stuff and then boom, check it off your list. Do it. And then prioritize your own well-being. Take breaks. I got to tell you, Sherry works, especially in the challenging months, the quarter months, the end of the year stuff. She'll put in, I mean, a 12-hour day is a light day.
Wow.
And did you have lunch? No. Were you sleeping? No. Well, get me up. I'll leave for school by 6:30. She'll go, well, get me up at 6 when you jump out of the shower. Get me up at 6:30. And then she'll be working till 8, 9 o'clock at night. And then it's on a Saturday. Then it's on a Sunday.
Oh,
so next thing you know, you've gone 2-3 weeks straight. And I'm going, you're killing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got to do it. Well, they're understaffed. I get that. And there's a lot of crazy stuff with, all the COVID tax rules and laws and things like that. But she doesn't put herself and taking care of herself as high as I wish she would.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think that goes back to which she needs. I hope she listens to this because she needs to take a break.
she does. Well, that's why we're going on vacation.
You could only run on empty for so long.
Well, it comes at a cost, which is why reason number 2 is important. It says work-life balance will improve your mental health. And so, I mean, you don't want to be the Hannibal Lecter, that goes around and killing and eating people. So let's improve our mental health. And they were, in fact, they end this. It says one of the biggest reasons why work-life balance is important relates to your mental health. When you feel balanced, you're more capable of dealing with negative emotions and thoughts.
100%. 100%. Yeah, I mean, your brain, your mental well-being, that's the control tower, and if you're not operating at its capacity, the 10% they say, how are you going to make wise decisions? That's why you turn the TV on and there's hostile whatever.
People shooting up a store in Buffalo or a school somewhere or a church somewhere. Yeah. I'm with you. I mean, because they're saying the human brain is not meant to be under severe stress for long periods of time. I mean, that's why you get PTSD, is because you have been under so much stress for an extremely long time. Well, some of it, if it's because your job, well, then maybe, and I can see why people want to be, like the greeter at, well, I don't even know if they have a greeter at Walmart anymore, but I remember people saying, well, I just want to be the greeter at Walmart, because it is a zero stress job. So
is it though? I'm sure they get some pretty unruly people. I don't know.
That's Walmart. We can play Walmart bingo one night. But anyway, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. I think your mental health, that has to become a priority. And I've been trying to work on that this year because I've been go. Just,
I don't have time to take a nap. I don't have time to do anything self-care related.
I'll sleep when
have
I'm dead.
to do these things or whatever. No, actually, you don't.
And that's kind of what they're saying, that you got to give yourself some breathing space, some time to think. And when you're able to think and you're not kind of going on just constant instinct and constant go, your subconscious can begin to process things. Your thoughts can bubble to the surface where you can kind of access them. And that's actually good for your mental health because it lets you become more self-aware of what's going on around you and be kind of mindful of the people that are most important in your life.
Yeah.
The ones that make life worth getting up in the morning. Because it shouldn't be your job. Okay? It should be something else.
Yeah.
Hopefully, family should be spouses, whatever it might be.
Right.
Because again, that's key. All right. So that is number 2. Are you ready for 3?
Number 3.
All right. Number 3, having balance means better physical health. To me, I'm a picture of physical health. So.
Dude, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, let's go ahead and break this one down, buddy. Can you make sure you do a good job unpacking this one.
Okay. Eating healthy meals. Fast food, McDonald's, Burger King, Chick-fil-A, even though it's better than a burger maybe. Unless, I don't know, I've never tried those Burger King fake burgers.
Impossible Burgers?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never had that.
That seems counterproductive and controversial. But anyway, eating healthy meals. So basically eating stuff at home. I think home-cooked meals. Reducing your sugar and alcohol intake. Yeah, that's going to be a challenge. Because I eat a lot of sugar.
I drink a lot.
But then sleep. Having quality sleep habits. Turning that dang TV off. I cannot tell you the number of times I hear, and I'm asking the kids a lot, well, do you sleep with the TV on? Well, yeah. Well, turn the dang TV off. Turn your phone upside down. Okay, I get that you got to have it charged. I get that it's your alarm. But you know what? Turn it upside down. You don't get the alert. So again, sleep habits. And this is something I've been doing, this last one. Regular exercise.
There you go.
Dude, I have been riding my Peloton every day, Monday through Friday, for 20 minutes every
Good for
day.
you.
Yep.
Good for you.
I get right up, and it helps me deal with that sugar intake.
Dude, you're going to be ready to go on our bike trail this summer.
Yeah, you know what? Something happened to that old bike of mine, so I don't think that's going to happen.
You're so full of baloney.
Well, when I'm ready to stare death in the face again, yes. But anyway, so yeah, I got to say that we've been eating more at home.
It's good.
COVID really helped that a lot. Well, and now with inflation and the cost of going out to eat being through the roof. I did Chicken Express on Friday on my way home. $35. Yeah. $35 for, for a little bit of chicken and catfish.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like, good grief, Charlie Brown. Yeah. It's outrageous. So that kind of helps us. It's more of a budget thing.
Full transparency here.
Uh-huh.
We're pretty much the opposite of these, what you just, and I'm looking at this, I'm like, now, okay, so it's convenience is so much easier, especially when you got two little ones.
Oh, yes.
Hey, who's cooking for us tonight? Beep, boop, 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 boop. Okay, thanks for dropping that food off, Uber delivery guy.
Sure. And you're right. And there is a cost for convenience.
Right.
But one of the things that we try and do is when we go to the grocery store, I'm trying to think, okay, what can I make this week? I don't know what I'm going to make on an individual day, but if I have in my mind what we're doing, Sherry's already got supper. She made a crock-pot meal.
Oh, nice.
Which is real easy. You put it in the morning, it cooks all day, and then you're ready to eat.
Come home, put it on a plate and eat.
Yeah, it's really nice. So we do a lot of stuff like that. Easy to make meals. And then on the weekends is when I'll, pull out, like, okay, I grilled steaks on Saturday. So we made a real nice fancy supper. But being able to do that.
Did you say supper?
Yeah. Isn't that what it's called? Breakfast, lunch, and supper?
Man.
What?
Anyways, go on.
Okay, so anyway, of course, you go. Physical health. If you're taking care of your physical health, that too can improve both your mental health and make it easier for that work-life balance.
Okay.
Again, you're not, because, everybody is correct when they say that exercise helps reduce stress.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I'm not ready to punch people near like what I used to be. I am way more mellow.
Has your road rage decreased?
Oh, yeah, more so. Like this morning, you would have been so proud of me. I did not yell, scream, hoot, and holler, or give the California wave to a single person today. No one-fingered salutes, no telling people they were number one. I'm telling you, it was kind of like, look, relax. You're going to get there in time.
Oh yeah, your name came up in the
vehicle the other day. I forgot what we were saying. We were talking about something, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, you guys should get in the car with Rod. That will be quite an experience." They're like, "Why?" I'm like, just never mind."
All right. So that was number 3. So number 4. All right, number 4 is work-life balance will enhance your ability to be present, to be in the moment. One of the biggest complaints they say is that, this author, this lady, she was saying one of the biggest complaints I hear from new clients is their inability to be present, both at home and at work.
Right.
So, as you have said multiple times, be where your feet is. Be in the moment. Because when you're at work, you know, your mind's on, it's racing, and you're thinking, I got to do all these things and all these things and all these things. And then, of course, the messages from home. Oh, hey, on your way home, get this. Oh, hey, on your way home, do that. Can you pick up the laundry from the, you know, from the dry cleaners? Hey, can you stop at the grocery store? We need a gallon of milk. Can you stop by the pharmacy, pick up a prescription? You know,
and the list goes on.
yeah, so you're then, you know, so you're doing all this stuff at work and you're thinking about, you know, home. And then when you're at home, you know, are you really at home?
Right.
Or are you constantly, like well, what are you doing on your phone? Well, I'm checking email. Well, I'm checking message. When we went to Florida, early November of last year, now again, I know that she's the boss. But Sherry we're standing in line at Disney World. We're standing to ride some of the rides. We're standing in line at Universal Park or Universal Studios. We're at the freaking beach in Clearwater, Florida.
Yeah.
And what is she doing?
Working.
She is answering text messages, answering emails, and taking phone calls. I'm going, babe, you are on freaking vacation. Well, yeah, but we're just doing nothing here. And I'm going, no, you're detoxifying.
Right.
Stop. But again, she's the boss.
It's that always on.
Pretty much always on. And so it's kind of, that was the chair.
Excuse you.
That was the chair. If it wasn't the chair, you would know.
It was a lot. So I have a new. Hey, do you like the new setup?
I really
Way
do.
off topic.
I do. I like the chairs. They're tall. I like the table. It's tall. I feel like I'm not squashed down.
Yeah.
I love it. I like the new setup. So
Anyways.
when we get the YouTube thing going, then, you know, people can see the new setup.
Yeah.
And they can see the nice table that you have and the chairs.
And the nice new leather chairs.
Yes, that squeak. All right. So anyway, again, work-life balance. When you're able to be present, you're not. You're again, like you've said before. Be where your feet are. Be mindful. Look at the person. Be engaged, and not be Yes, dear. Yes, child. Okay. Let me give me 5 minutes. I'll be right there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, again, you're not creating a good work-life balance.
Oh my gosh,
Because you're constantly worrying about, you know, what's going on.
Yeah. I said that to Braddock's last night like 4 different times. Give me 2 minutes. I'll be up there in a minute. Give me a minute.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I have to do these other things when I got a 12, almost 13-year-old. Just I don't want to say begging, but like just patiently waiting.
Mm-hmm. And the sad part is 3 years from now, you'll be wanting to do something,
Right.
and he'll be going, yeah, sorry, Dad, peace out. I'm going out with the guys.
Yeah.
I got a girlfriend.
Right.
I got work.
So I did. I had to like tell myself stop.
Mm-hmm.
Stop. Not important. Go upstairs. Anyways, yeah.
No, so again, mindfulness can help create that balance. You know, more attuned to people's feelings, their emotions, kind of what's going on with them, being able to respond to people more intuitively. You're kind of tuned in. When you're at work, be at work. But when you're at home, be at home.
Yeah.
Don't be at home at work and be at work at home. Mm-hmm. Because then you're not very valuable to either side.
Well, I think that just sends a message to the people inside the home that they aren't as important.
Mm-hmm. Or at work that they're not important.
Yeah.
And so, again, all right, that was 4. You ready for 5?
Yeah. It's sad because we keep being conditioned, and maybe that's because work is putting that on us or conditioning us. You have to be on.
Well, think about work. Work doesn't care about your home life. I mean, crying out loud. Can I tell you how many times I'm sick of, well, we're all one big family as a tagline? I'm going, my butt. Yeah. If we were a family, you'd really give a crap about me. And when I've got to go, I've got to go.
Right.
And stop bugging me at night. Stop bugging me on the weekends. Because it's not about you and it's not about the job.
Mm-hmm.
Because you want me to be here, then I'll be here. But I can't be here 24/7.
Right.
And you got to go home and you got to be able to detoxify. You've got to be able to rest. So while the limited alcohol intake might be a challenge. Everything in moderation. I mean, that's what I love about being a Catholic. Everything in moderation. So, all right, here we go. Reason number 5 why it's very important to have a good work-life balance is because being balanced improves your relationships. Relationships with your coworkers, your bosses, your spouses, your significant others, your children, your neighbors, your friends.
Yeah.
I mean, because working too much means you are putting more time to the job and less time to the people you actually like being around.
Yeah.
And when you are around, well, it's less quality time. So, again, maintain that balance, because a balanced lifestyle means you have more time with family and friends that is high quality. I mean, going out, doing something fun, hanging out, engaging, whatever it might be.
Right.
I will tell you, this is something I struggle with. I really do.
Yeah.
I don't spend enough time with friends. I'm going okay, I got invited to go watch the Mavs beat the living crap out of the Phoenix Suns last night.
Oh, really?
They called me a little after 7 saying, hey, you want to go? And I'm going, yes, I'd love to go. But I need to make sure I'm sound asleep by 9:15, 9:30 to be up by 5.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm going to be crabby.
Well, and that kind of goes back to what we talked about. Gosh, it might have been season 1. People trying to get you to come out, and then you're like, I don't really want to go. Yeah, it is, but you put a big but in front of it.
Really, a big butt?
Well, I like that. No, jeez. We're getting past G-rated here already. We're in PG zone. No, you go out. If you would have, did you go out?
No, I stayed at
If you
home.
would have gone out, maybe you would have come home. Man, that was so good. Just connecting with my friends and man, that really just warmed my month, if you will.
Yeah.
So I'm in the same boat, and again, I'm so busy. I've got all this and this and this. So I can't go. I get that. I do.
Well, connection is the key to our happiness. All right. The more connections, the more relationships we're able to have, then the happier that makes us, which makes us then be able to balance work and home life.
Yeah.
And so I need to do more of that. But that's one of my struggles.
Yeah.
So hurry up, summer. All right, number 6, because I'm kind of running up against a clock here. Number 6, a balanced lifestyle increases engagement at work. And I have to say, for me personally, this is very true. I have taken a huge step back, and I'm not spending all my time doing work. And so when I am doing work, well, it's a lot easier. Now, yeah, I've got the college classes and I've got the new business I'm trying to get going, but I am, I feel happier. I'm better at school, doing my job at school, and I'm better at home, or at least I think I am. In my own world, in my own mind, I'm better at home.
I'm sure Sherry lets you know.
She does. But there's saying here that being engaged is about feeling committed to something so that you do your best. Well, when you feel less stressed, you can feel more productive and not so overwhelmed by wave after wave after wave of got to do this, got to do that, got to be this to this person and that to that person and all these things. And so it's, it's a challenge.
Yeah.
But when you're less stressed, you are mentally and physically a much healthier employee who feels connected to your coworkers. You're going to work harder. You feel more motivated. And you start to have that job satisfaction, happiness again.
That's it. And then you have, I'll call it transformational results. Your productivity, right? Increase in productivity. And yeah, I totally get that. I think that's what a lot of people, a lot of cultures miss is that connectedness piece. And that's paramount, especially when you're, at work, when you're trying to create, a really positive, strong culture. That connectedness has to be one of the values, one of the core values. It's going to drive people's
behaviors and how they treat other people, and that's got to be key.
I won't disagree. When I'm
And in the home life too, the same thing. Just it's in a home.
happy wife, happy life.
Is that what they said?
All right, so number 7.
I gave my wife 2 kids. She's happy.
Oh, well, there you go. Work done.
I'm done. It's over with. Now I just have to show up. No, I'm just kidding.
It's all done but the paperwork. All right, so number 7, work-life balance will increase your creative thinking. All right, your brain needs space to think. And when you're constantly being bombarded by people, social media, phone calls, emails, texts, mom, dad, kids coming at you, your spouse coming at you, parents coming at you, friends coming at you. Well, it's kind of like, you remember the old Calgon commercial, Calgon, take me away, as the mom goes into the bathtub and no. Okay.
Rod, I'm afraid we grew up in different
Eras. Okay.
You're also back, Midwest. I'm
California.
from the West Coast.
California
okay?
dreaming. Well, anyway, so what they're saying here is that we need to be able to declutter our minds. As we are able to declutter, well, now creativity can take place. And I got to say that this has helped me at school. By being decluttered, by being able to kind of shelve, well, now I can, let's try this. Hey, this, you know what? This really, I think we could apply this to a topic or a subject or one of our lessons that we're doing. And it's made a huge difference in my classes. I mean, my seniors this semester are probably getting a lot better instruction than maybe they did 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
Because again, innovative creativity. And I think it's having a positive impact.
Yeah.
Well, at least in my own mind it is.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with that. In fact, I'm the opposite guy on this mic now. Because of the stress, has created limits in thinking.
Okay.
Like, because I'm being pulled from all these things. Where have I created margin for my creativity thinking? Where have I created margin for reflection and those things? And I've noticed, like, I'm very creative. And that's definitely one of those gifts that God gave me is his creative and a vision for certain things. I've noticed that, wow, that's not as consistent as I would like it to be. And it's because of the stress. I'm being pulled. There needs to be more margin in my life, more balance in my life so that I can do that. Because I thrive in that stuff.
Okay,
I love thinking and coming up with new ideas or creating a vision or having a vision for this. And I'm like, man, where's that gone? Oh, well, it's there. It's just,
You're spot on, because they're saying that when you are overwhelmed, when you're stressed, when you're anxious, you don't really have that capacity as much to think as creatively as you would. So if you can find a way to reduce that anxiety, to reduce that feeling of being stressed out and overwhelmed, well, then your creativity will come back. And so I mean, and I have to say, I can't find fault with that.
Yeah.
All right, number 8.
Okay.
Balance can make you more productive.
Oh, there you go.
So when you're less stressed, when you're less worried, when you're less panicked, maybe.
Yeah, productivity increases.
Well, yeah, because, I can do this and do this and do this.
Yeah.
You aren't being pulled in 100 different directions.
Right.
And you've set up those boundaries. You've maintained the word no. And so it's kind of like, look, boss, you want me to do this or do you want me to do that? I can't do both very well, effectively.
Right.
So you pick.
Yeah.
And so I totally get that. Again, and same way at home. When you're balanced at work, you come home, you feel less stressed, less anxious. You're probably not biting people's heads off.
Oh, yeah.
And
You're not being called cranky.
Or other words.
Are you being crabby today?
Well, who pissed in your cornflakes kind of thing, You haven't heard that?
Oh my gosh. All right.
So anyway, again, I think number 8 makes more sense. Again, as we're working our way down the list, all of they start to kind of feed off each other. That is, you're able to address this work-home life balance. You find that there's more happiness, more you're more productive at home. You get more chores done. And so therefore people aren't nagging at you to take out the trash, mow the yard, do this, that, or the other, the honey-do list or the child-do list. Again, you're able to be more to more people when you're able to balance. And you can perform at a much higher level. Mm-hmm. All right, number 9.
Okay.
Real balance brings happiness and fulfillment.
Okay.
One of the biggest reasons they say that work-life balance is important is for your own happiness, your own satisfaction, your own feeling of a life fulfilled. It's you feel good about yourself. You feel like you're kind of in control.
Okay.
Because I got to tell you, when I am out of whack, when I'm out of balance, when I'm feeling stressed, I feel like I am absolutely in control of nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so,
I hear you on that one.
So are you happy?
Long pause. No, I am. I have been. Let's just say I have emptied myself. I have had nothing in the tank for a while.
Well, you've been busy.
I've been, probably not in a. That could probably be a whole nother episode. But yeah, no, I am. But I have been stressed.
Has your work-life balance been out of whack?
It's good. Yeah, very much so.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Is it getting better?
Slowly, because I've tried to become more intentional about, okay, I need to make sure that I'm taking care of myself. Like the last time we talked about breathing, slowing down and breathing, focus on that. Like I had to set a reminder in my phone.
Sorry, I'm breathing here. No, you're
but I had to become intentional about that because I had to have a serious conversation with myself. Mm-hmm. Sounds odd, but it's just the reality. Like I had to have a conversation. If you don't make some adjustments, there's going to be some adjustments made for you, and you're probably not going to like it.
Yes.
So you choose your hard.
Yes.
So
would you say that you did some of these, some of these things that we've just been talking about in your self-evaluation?
Some of them, yeah. I'm still trying to work on them, clearly. Mm-hmm. And I think it's just going to be an ongoing process, but I had, you have to be intentional about that, or you're just going to be, number 9, you're not going to have happiness and you're not going to have fulfillment. Mm-hmm. You're just running a rat race and you are unhappy. What if you look back? Wow.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you. Did you ever see the old Dunkin' Donuts commercial where the guy's getting up, say, time to make the donuts? No. And then he meets himself one day at the door saying, oh, already made the donuts.
I've never seen that, but I do love Dunkin'. I'm sorry.
You know what? On top of there is a class that I think needs to be taught at the high school level. I think I'm going to amend that class from movies you have to see by the time you graduate high school, commercials you need to be aware of.
When did this commercial come out?
I don't know.
Like 1974?
Oh, baloney. It was probably 1983, 85, something like that.
Come on. I was like 8.
Crap. Okay, so.
You do if you eat regularly. All right.
You ready for number 10?
Yeah, we're running up against the clock here.
All right. So number 10 says that when you have a work-life imbalance, it will bring higher levels of success both at work and at home. Mm. And I can't disagree with any of that.
Yeah.
As I have become less stressed, I'm finding that, I'm a lot happier. And, I'm able to have more success success at school and more success in the other things I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
So
that's good.
As long as we prioritize and focus, especially on that which is most important to us as an individual, us as a family,
right?
whether a work family or a home family, we can maybe focus on ensuring our well-being and be able to feel like we're in control of our life.
Yeah.
So, are you going to do anything to try and take back control of your life, Mr. Runge?
I'm gonna apply. I'm gonna go back and listen to this podcast. I'm gonna take some notes, try and apply some of the things that you just unpacked.
Okay.
Well, we're talking about work-life balance, so I guess this would be an opportune time for me to, on the podcast, make an announcement that I am leaving education.
Really?
Yes. I have taken a position with my neighbor. He owns, he's a partner with a couple other awesome guys, and they own, it's called Abiding Wealth Partners. And it's a...
they hand out money?
Yeah, they hand out money.
Okay.
They're a faith-based investment firm, basically.
Oh, okay.
Purpose-driven financial guidance. That's
Okay.
it. That's what they do. They offered a lot of different things. Now, clearly, I am not a finance person,
Yeah.
but I am a vision-driven leader, if you will. So they're bringing me on as the marketing coordinator.
Outstanding. That's great.
Yes. So they approached me, if you will, and hey, we don't have someone for this. We do like what you have been doing.
With the book and with...
Oh yeah, it's just what I've done in the school district with the program that I've been
With the
helping.
Hope Squad?
Yeah, the Hope Squad. Helping lead that. And then you've got my public speaking and as an author. So I think those are things that attracted them, and so it was a difficult decision, to be honest with you. It was emotional, to be honest, because I've been in our school district 10 years, education 20, so this is kind of a career change.
Yeah.
When we sat and talked, we threw everything up again, at it, and I'm not to say a risk taker. I don't mind taking risks, but it was one of those things that I wasn't looking for something. But the more I prayed about it, I realized this is an opportunity that is all around good, and it's even better for the family.
Do you think this will help provide that work-life balance we've just been talking about?
I think so. They're pretty competitive, and like a lot of places the work-life balance is important and flexible schedule. I get to work from home.
Sweet.
I could go into the office. I get to stay connected with the community even more so. What I really like, and building relationships, and again, just growing. Bringing brand awareness and the marketing stuff that I that's in my wheelhouse, and I'm passionate about doing, and hosting events and doing all that stuff. And so I think it's going to be a really good thing. It took me a while to get there, just like I said, because I've been in the district 10 years. And, for me, it was like, man, I don't want to burn any bridges. I don't want to upset anyone. But then I had to really step back, like, given what we've been through and the current state of our family, not horrible,
Right.
But again, this is one of those things that the benefits for our family outweighed the rest. And so I said, let's do it. I'm all in.
Well, I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
I think that, again, work-life balance. Your work-life balance was out of whack. With
Yeah.
all the commitments that you were being pulled, and people were asking you, do this, do this, do this. And the more you pulled one direction, the less you had to give to the other direction. And so I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
It takes courage, and I'm excited that you found a way to provide that work-life balance.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I am excited. It was a little bittersweet, but I am excited. I'm really excited to grow and help them, and again, establish even more relationships and whatnot. Anyways, check them out, abidingwealth.com.
For not a sponsor, but maybe.
Well, they may.
Man, you know what? Hey, we need to talk to their new marketing director.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. I have his number.
Okay.
I'll give it to you after the show.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy, relax, do something for yourself.
Yes.
Try and find that happy balance between your obligations and your requirements. Remember, it is better to live life by design than by default, to quote my good friend Bryce.
Amen.
And with that, my name is Rod McCall.
And I'm Bryce Runge.
See you later.
Bye.